Wow, I came into focus just then. Yes, it is true. I am Nick Shell. I am the self-help hacker. I'm the guy with the cheat codes. I have life experience that you haven't encountered yet. You don't need to face as many rejections and failures as I have. You can just learn from me. Hey, I'm giving you the answers. So thanks for being here. I'm eager to help you. Here's something the whole concept of these videos, what I wish someone would have told me when I was younger. Here's another one then. In that case, here's the newest life lesson for you today. Do not make the mistake of assuming that other people judge you the way that you judge yourself. I want to give you an example. In my years of being on YouTube and interacting with people and trying to help them sort out their own problems, what they'll often do, they'll have what I call the perceived problem. So for example, my nose is too big. I'm so ugly. I'm too short. No one likes me. I'm not good at sports. No one likes me. They'll have this perceived problem as if only that thing were fixed, suddenly their life would be better. Oh, finally my nose is smaller. Now people will like me and respect me. Oh, I'm better at sports. Well, now my life is suddenly going to get better. Whatever the thing is, that's the perceived problem. But most of the time, the perceived problem is not the actual problem. We think, if only I could change this about myself, this thing I'm holding in my hand, if I could change this, then all my dreams would come true, like Pedro talked about in Napoleon Dynamite. If I could change this thing, people would like me. And what I've learned when people say that and think that about themselves, it's often something they cannot control, which is, I need to do my own video about that. That if you do, because I always say most people are basic, don't be basic. Well, most people will focus on what they cannot control instead of what they can. But again, I need to let that be its own video. So they take this thing that they probably have no control over, like maybe their height, or maybe they're just not good at sports, but they are good at whatever the other thing is. But instead of focusing on the thing they're good at, they focus on what they're bad at and they make that their identity. And think, if only I could change this, I would be a person that mattered more. People would accept me and love me, and I wouldn't be alone if I could change this thing that I have no control over. Perceived problem. With my life experience, here's my response to that. My response is that thing that you think that you need to change, here's the secret. Get ready for this. Here's the secret. No one cares about that thing in your hand. Drop it, get rid of it, let it flow out. Because it doesn't matter. That's not the reason people don't like you. That's not the reason people won't accept you into their society. That's not the reason people won't love you. I've learned that almost always the thing that you think that you need to change is the thing that no one else cares about. No one else will even notice if you magically got it fixed to that thing. No one cares because they're not judging you the way that you judge yourself. We're self-destructive. Most people are basic. What's the solution? Well, the solution is realize they're not paying attention to this thing. Now, here's the good and the bad news. Instead of people judging you on this thing that you're making an idol out of, there's a list of like 5 other things, and that would actually make people like you more. Those things, the things that you're not even aware of that make you annoying and irrelevant and unlikable. So we get rid of this thing because no one cares about that. And ultimately, how can I become a more likable person? What's funny is communication, so much of it. And that's a lot of what my videos are. Once you can understand yourself better and know your true identity and not based off of other people and are eager for other people to like you, then you actually start becoming more likable. It's all about you having an identity. And see, people who don't have an identity, what do? They focus on their weakness or their perceived weakness and give it all this power it doesn't deserve. Here's the things I actually need to work on. Oh, maybe I'm not that social. Maybe I need to learn how to talk to people in real life, not just on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook or whatever it is. Maybe I need to actually learn how to engage conversations with people. Maybe in doing so, maybe I need to learn how to build other people up and make them feel good about themselves. Maybe should use my words to help other people. Maybe I need to spend my time helping that person fix whatever the thing is in their house, whatever electronic device. I could help them with that. Whatever computer, I could help them with that. See, we could focus on our strengths instead of our weaknesses. But basic people focus on their weaknesses. They make the assumption that other people judge them the way that they judge themselves when they already have a very weak identity. So it's a matter of understanding, okay, so maybe I'm not good at sports, but I am good at, here's a list of 5 things that people know me as being the go-to guy. Capitalize on it, exploit it. The 5 things or the 1 thing or the 3 things that you're good at, that's your identity, man or girl. That's your identity, because these videos are not just for guys or for anyone who wants to watch. That's the thing that is your identity. And part of your identity too is recognizing, okay, this is not my thing. This is whatever your perceived weakness. You can own it. Yep, that I can't help you with. This I totally can. I'm eager to help you. Because people like being helped and people like helping other people. So just think right now, whatever your perceived weakness is. The times where, if I say this sentence, if only I was more, then people would like me more. What did you put in that blank just then when I said that? If only I was more, people would like me more. More what? More what? More what? What is that thing? Secret? No one cares about what's in that blank. Drop it. It doesn't matter. What about these other things that do matter that you're actually good at? And the things that would make you more likable, which largely making other people feel good about themselves and helping other people is really what makes you liked. Not talking about yourself, really, and that's part of communication too. I'm a recruiter by trade. I'm in sales by default, and I'm skilled in it. I know what it takes to be able to convince people to do things. And ultimately, it's a matter of coming down to helping people fix their problems, whatever their perceived problem is, help them fix it. Most importantly, probably fixing the fundamental issue underlying it, which is what this video is about, not fixing the perceived problem, but the fundamental problem. Helping them with that is often what people are looking for. They're looking for someone to help them with that. And that makes you more likable. It makes people respect you. And what's funny is, think of all the years of your life you spent thinking, if only I was more that. No. If only you're more this, and this. Actually, you already are those things. So start making your life about the things that you already are. Now, maybe this thing that you're not good at, maybe you can find certain ways to improve it. It's never going to be your thing. That's somebody else's thing. That's not your identity. That's their identity. Your identity is right here. It's all about making other people feel good about themselves, getting other people to talk about themselves and good things about themselves. Like maybe you even recognize, hey, I noticed that you're really good at that thing. How do you do that? When you did that thing, how did you, I just can't understand how that even works. And now they're talking about what they're good at and what they know that they're good at. It's funny what a little trick that is, but it goes far away. Now, I say trick, no, obviously it's a matter of being sincere about it, because a secure person who knows their identity is not even eager to talk about, I'm great for all these reasons, but they're also not eager to talk about their things that they're not good at. They're ultimately wanting to shift the conversation to the other person, because when you do that, you're validating them. People are desperate. Should I use the word thirsty? Maybe not. People are desperate for confirmation of their own identity in social media. That's why they post stuff. They want people to say, you look good, you're good looking, you're pretty, you're funny, you're cool. That's what they're wanting. Every statement ever made on social media, it's not ending in a period, it's ending in a question. The question, do I matter? So when you give people that thing saying, yes, you do matter, because I noticed that you're good at this, you know about this, tell me more about this. When you're leading a conversation, the whole concept is to get the other person to talk more than you by making the conversation about them. And when you do say something, it's only to keep them talking about themselves. And they walk away from that experience thinking, You know what? I've never really spent much time with that person, but they're pretty cool. I like them. So there you go. Don't assume that the thing that you think will make you better will make you better. No one will probably even notice. All they care about are the other things that you're already are part of your identity. Keep in mind, one of my house rules in this channel is I refuse to engage with anyone who leaves destructive, negative comments. It's fine that you say those things. It's just that I'm not going to engage in those. I'm not going to respond. I'm not going to make videos based off of those, because those negative, destructive comments are a reflection of your own insecurity and incompetence. You're saying that you don't feel good about yourselves, and you're announcing that publicly. And I don't want to give glory to something you're going through that is like that. Ultimately, I want to be able to help everybody. And I think to take in this information is the way to do that. But if anyone's feeling left out, like, why does he never respond to my comment? Well, if it's negative or destructive, that's the whole concept of this whole video series, is hacking our own lives. And we can't hack our lives with arguing with people on the internet. That would be a waste of time, because we control our own time. And other people can't waste their own time unless we let them, and that's its own video that I will surely record while wearing a different shirt. Comments below right here.